Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. So you can see I'm with our friend Nix the Black Mask. So we're about to play some missions. So if you guys want to join in, send Nix a tell, and we'll try to get you guys to join in the group. Just give me a minute so that I can finish setting off my stuff here.
There we go. I got your settings set up. How's it going, guys? Once again, if you want to get into the group, just send me a tell. It's Mr. Frostnix. There's no complications between it. I'll type it in the chat just in case if there's any issues.
So we should be good to go. So I missed out a few chats, so hello Shinobite. I'm sure you can join. Send a text to our Mr. Nix. Hello Chewy-sama. Hello Lucky East. Anonymous Gaming, hi. Anonymous Gaming used to be Connor McNamara, who won the $100 million some time ago. I know he asked when you were going to give it to me. I assume we'll do that tonight. Sorry, Iris Zircon. Hello Bongo Bruno GP. Bro Moment, ooh, love that name, and thank you. Glad you think so. Iris Zircon. Yeah, if you want to run Rift Nix, today is the day of days. Hello, David King.
It's so special. It's so special to run with me. It's an absolute pleasure.
Hello, Fast Facts. That's a good name. Hello there, Lucky. Glad you enjoyed the content. I have to admit, I have fun making it, so overall it all works out. Oh, I can see, so I can see a nice glowing, not glowing, glorious material, no, sparking material. I knew I would get it at some point. So if you guys wondered what the sparking material looks like, you can see our little friend who's sparkling over there. David King, don't say that. Hello, Illicit Sosa. Hello, Payaso. Well, today is the day, Shinobite. So today we will start with the raids from the anniversary event to get warmed up, and then we'll see. Depending on how much time we have left afterwards, we might play some more raids. And as you can see, the new Flash style is very popular with a lot of people. It's a pretty awesome style, and a lot of people seems to enjoy using it. It reminds me when we got the Batman Beyond the style, a lot of people were using at least some of it, especially the chest piece to get a Batman emblem.
No way, it's sickening. Everybody wants to be the Flash now.
Of course.
God.
Fastfac is asking if they're selling the Batman Will Apps gear in the broker. Actually, yes, they are. It's in the time capsules that are also part of the Mega Capsule. So if you're lucky, you could get some from the Mega Capsule, but if not, look on the broker. Last I checked, the price started a bit expensive at first. I think I'm not sure, so it's just speculation. But I think the Mega Capsule were not dropping at first for reasons. It took a while for them to start to drop, so that seems to have driven the price up. At least early on, but then as soon as they started dropping, let's say more regularly, you saw the price. As Nix pretty much had predicted that the price pretty much dropped as soon as the capsules started to really drop.
So just to give an example, I opened about 3 of those Mega Resurgence capsules. I found some amazing things. I got the black accessory wing piece. That was my first one. The second one, I got the black holes accessory, and I know that one goes for a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it's one of the very popular ones.
Initially, that was on there for 400 million, but within about an hour, it dropped down, and I just sold it about an hour ago for 200 million. So I mean, like it was plummeting massively. And then my third one, I got a glorious material. I sold that pretty quickly. So. Yeah, if you're lucky, you might find the gems of those items. If not, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I made a boo-boo. I tried to sell the nuclear material for... I was thinking to try to sell it for 500 millions. Although it may have been it may have been a blessing in the end because early on the material did seem to be worth about 500 million. So I got a bit greedy and I decided, let's try to sell it. And then after typing it in, I don't know if the broker glitched a bit, but I thought there was something wrong in the price that I saw on the broker. And then once I realized that a few zeros were missing, obviously I tried to get it back, but it took like 2 seconds and it sold already. But in the end, it may have been a good thing because I've noticed the price of the material dropped like a rock. So odds are I would have paid 25 millions in broker fee for nothing. So it may have been a good thing in the end. We'll never know. But I was able to
I
make a
mean,
bit of yeah.
I get it. I saw this comment and you left it in one of your last videos. I wanted to go nuts off of that concept because, guys, you have got to pay attention as to what you are putting an item on the broker. If you are receiving any lag in your broker whatsoever, get out. Get off your broker for a moment. Just take a minute. Wait for things to load up properly and then go back in. And if you are back in, it's still lagging, count your zeros. So just some advice, so you don't make the same mistake as this hero did. Be the difference. Come on.
And I should have known better. I know that usually when there's some new stuff like that, a lot of people are using the broker, so the broker is acting up a bit. So I should have known, but I wasn't careful enough. But in the end, it may have been a mixed blessing. We'll never know. But don't feel too bad. I still was able to make plenty of money. But it's just for that one item, it didn't work out as I thought.
Speaking of money, let's do this trade.
Oh, sure, sure.
So, there was a contest I had, guys. I'm just going to get this set up here. Do this trade. Let me put the money in. So, essentially, here's what happened. So, I had a contest. This was in the Christmas seasonal, and I had Connor guess as close as what we could to the amount of holly leaves that it would cost to get all these base items into Multiverse's lair. He was the closest one, and unfortunately I couldn't actually get him the actual money because he's on the EU server. And boy, did I look into multiple different ways to try to get him his money. I said I would give the winner 100 million, and so he said in one of the comments when we finally got a hold of him that he wants 100 million to go to multi. So that is what this trade is for right now.
Thank you, David King. And also, some of you were asking if we could play on the EU server at some point. It's not really an option, sadly. We're playing on the US server. And I think we could try to manage to play on the EU server, but we probably would have to create like a new characters and stuff like that if we were to like change the zone where we want to play. And I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Never done that before, so I would have to look into it. But odds are we would have to start new characters, and I don't know about Nyx, but I don't think I would have the strength to start over.
Not like that. No way. That's way too much. Yikes. I don't know if I can do that. That's a lot to ask for. But again, about that money, I'm a man of my word. If I make a deal and I tell you guys that there's a contest going on and there's money involved, there will be a payout. I guarantee it.
So I guess I'll be able to purchase the Violet Lanterns.
Oh, you're just gonna go out and purchase it? It was a common drop for me. I've got it a couple times.
Well,
another time I'll remember that.
I saw it earlier for 15 millions, and I thought, let's wait tomorrow. The price will probably be lower. And then when I looked, the price went back up to 30 million. So I was a bit sad.
Okay. We are still waiting on 3 individuals. There's a lot of people who are standing by here. I'm just wondering if they are wanting to join us or not. I'm not too sure. We're all just posing. But guys, if you do want to join the group, send me a tell. If not, maybe I can find you on the group chat and I'll see if I can add you up quickly enough to get this all taken care of so we can get going.
Eric Messias is asking about selling duplicates from the time capsules. You can't. I don't think you can sell the time capsules that you get from the mega capsule. What you will have to do is that you will have to open the time capsules themselves, and then sell the content from the time capsules on the broker. For the time capsules that come from the mega capsule, I think they're account bound, so you probably cannot sell those on a broker.
Right. Like the mega capsule itself, it's account bound, so when you open it up, it's the same thing. But the contents, once you actually pick the item from within, you can then put that on the broker.
Also, just a little message for the people who play on the Xbox. Basically, I saw some people make some comments that the Xbox seems to have some issues since the last update. And I checked on the forums, so apparently they do acknowledge that there are issues with the Xbox, with the DC Universe Online on Xbox right now. They're going to try to fix the issues as soon as they can, and they will give people a gift for the whatever time they'll lose thanks to those issues. So the gift will depend on how long it takes them to fix the issues. But once they do manage to fix the issues, they will give Xbox players some compensations for having missed at least part of the event.
Yep, that's no surprise. I was actually blown away that they were actually doing a second week for the LPVE week, because we had some major login issues. I'm sure you guys have experienced it just
Oh,
on
yeah.
the past weekend. For me, for an example, on I think this was Sunday, it took me 6 times for me to log in. And when I'm logging in, from a PC perspective, is you have to go through the login screen, and then eventually you'll get all the way to the end. You'll see your character, you'll hit, yes, I want to go into my instance, and then instantly you crash. It happens to me 6 times, so that's like over an hour's worth of me just doing nothing but trying to log in. Eventually I did get in, so it wasn't just happening to me. It was happening to so many people, and the forums were going crazy about this.
I will answer Vinji. It's a question that I get all the time. If I have a Discord, or why don't I have a Discord? I would have to look into it. I don't have a Discord right now. Not sure I really want one. I hear mixed stories about that. It's stuff like that in Twitter that I'm not sure I want to go into. But I might look into it, and if I do decide to have Discord, I'll let you guys know about that. Also, someone was asking about the Mega Capsule. The Mega Capsule you purchase from the marketplace, those are when you purchase them, they're already unlocked, so you do not need stabilizers to open those. But the Mega Capsule that drop in the game, I think I may have one. Let me check. But the Mega Capsule that drop in the game, they do require 7 stabilizers to unlock. And also they have, sadly, they expire after a certain amount of time. Like you can see, this one right now expires in approximately 13 days. And I got another one earlier today that will expire in 14 days. So normally, once you get the Mega Capsule, it requires 7 stabilizers to unlock if you get them in the game, and they will expire after 14 days. But if you do purchase them from the marketplace, no stabilizer is needed. You already paid to get them from the marketplace, so then you can just open them, no problem. And yeah, if you do purchase them from the marketplace, all you have to do is to just click on them and open them.
Okay, so guys, we just need 2 more individuals. If I don't get any responses here before too long, we wait. Want to start up with LFG. I mean, it's only 2 people, so we can wait for more people, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
Hello, Carl Thomas. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Well, I'm doing good. I think I'm doing a little bit better than him, but you know. I mean, that's just natural, though.
Oh, Batman 2099 wants you to invite him.
Okay. Is that your name? That's what it is there in game?
No, he's Earth Gold.
He's Earth. Cool.
And there's also Doc
It is.
Lissy that seems to be hanging around. I don't know if he wants to join or if he's just looking at all the flashes.
Looking at a giant mob of people who are over here for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Let's give a bow to Omatsu. He's an evil villain.
Okay, I did send an invite out to one person, one of our individuals in this chat.
Rick Messias, you can sell the duplicates on the broker. The only thing is some of the time capsules when you get them from the mega capsule, the time capsules themselves are probably account bound, but the items in the time capsule, just open the time capsule and sell the items. You should have no problem selling that.
It's very important that you do your homework there, Carlia.
Although for the mega capsule themselves, yeah, the mega capsule themselves, sadly you cannot sell those on a broker. Again, if you look, they're flagged account bound. So anything that's account bound, you cannot sell that on a broker. You can sell them on a vendor. I think it gives you like $170 on the vendor. So if you're going to delete them or if you're going to let them expire, just sell them in the vendor.
So I would highly suggest, if you are struggling at figuring out what you should be going for, look up the prices on both of them. Look up the prices on the Furious Chroma and look up the price of the Blue Spark material before you make your choice. You're opening up those capsules, think, what is the more expensive one? Put in some research, type them in the broker, just like what Multi did there in that video. Do the same thing.
There's a cool Parallax Hal Jordan here.
Just looking for one more, guys. One more person.
Try to invite maybe a Hal Jordan here.
Sure.
You should be able to sell the materials that you've already collected, Eric Messias. I'm not sure if you can't do it. I'm not sure why.
Okay, I believe we are ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Let's do this one first. Now, I haven't had a chance to look up your feats in here, but let's try and go for time dilation. So what I mean by that, guys, is if you are in this group, please have on the qual bombs. Please equip the qual bombs and be ready to throw them at the rocks.
What feed do you want to get?
Time dilation, where we complete this within 6 minutes.
I'm pretty sure I did that.
Great.
Although I played with that mission with so many characters that I could be misremembering. Let's do it. Worst comes to worst.
Exactly. We're gonna show you guys how powerful we are. But this is the definition as to why this is a good channel on YouTube. I'm gonna put everything on the line. We are going to get this feat right now. So no excuses.
So Anonymous Gaming, are you saying you bought the Blue Spark material for very cheap because someone forgot a few zeros? It happens. That's one of the thing I tell people all the time is that go to the broker any chance you get, and you go to repair, check on the broker. You go to reimprint your armory, check on the broker. And once in a while you'll see an item that is way too cheap. You buy it right away. Like not too long ago, I purchased I forget what it was. Purchased something for like $1,000 that was worth 100 times that, so I was really happy. But it's sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. It happens.
Wally West, you're so nice. He's unlocking the loot of Elite Gamer by using his replay badges. That's so friendly of you. Makes me sick.
And he has a pretty cool looking Wally West.
Does, yes. 334 skill points, Batman? Oh, that's so low. What do you even do? All right,
For the materials, Justin is asking about if we will be able to unlock materials at some point. That would be nice. I have to admit, there's probably a material or two that I would like to unlock on some of my characters. But at this point, from what I understand, it's a technical issue. There's some technical reasons why they can do it with auras, they can do it with styles, but somehow materials there's a specific reason why they cannot do it.
You might have done this before, but
of course you like Zoom better than Flash. Everybody should like Zoom more than Flash. There's no questioning this.
The source wall.
I almost forgot to equip my quad bombs.
I have already freed myself.
Should we equip also the thingy that makes us
the shields?
Yeah.
You can if you want. You can if you want.
Oh, let's try and do
Only
that.
one person needs to do that, so it's fine. And we go as soon as this portal opens up.
So do you have the shields or?
Only one person needs it, so if you want to do it, you can do it.
1 year
No, it's
at a
okay. I'll keep
time.
my robot then.
But now I have the power to wage this battle.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
Every single year at once.
It's all about the speed of getting this through.
Okay, every single year at once. So all we need to do is keep coming back and beating you each year. Don't really get how that's a win for you, you big goof.
Keep coming back forever, Flash? Your plan would be to do that forever? You're such an idiot, and you can't even see it.
Moving right along. So make sure you guys are doing the objectives, right? It's always that's what's important.
Maybe we should have explained it. It's quite possible that some people maybe just don't know what the objectives are.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's your first time in here, have a look at the right side. You'll see we have to destroy the antimatter shards. So just keep going at the shards. That's all we're doing. Throwing qual bombs at these guys whenever we possibly can, because they do a lot of damage, so we can move on to the next objective. There we go. Idea. There we go. One more to go.
Your universe stands no chance.
Hey guys, how many skill points is normal for a regular player? 150, 200, or 250? I would say none of those answers. And so the average right now that you should have is to be able to maximize out your main stat in this game. So let's say you're a controller, so you should probably have VIT completely maxed out. So that's about an average of around 300 plus skill points. That should be your baseline average of what you should be shooting for. The average player is right around that range. Okay, wall bombs don't necessarily work right now. So just
Yeah, they don't work against anti-monitor. Don't do what I did and waste them.
You are not
What
even
materials would you
worthy
say go with
of
the
shadow
best with
demons
negative
in
speed
my
force?
universe.
Well, negative speed force is a material. So unless you mean something else.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Oh, our friend is down here. Oh, okay.
Let's pick it. Oh, going to go for him again.
Oh, we're on it.
Ah, yes. I remember the prototype from the anti-monitor Batman that came during this this event a couple years ago. They gave that style off. It was a very nice style. I liked it.
Is that the X Origin one?
No. This is what was it? I can't remember now myself. I think it was just called Batman Prototype. It was a free style that they gave off to all of us a couple years ago.
Oh, you mean the headpiece? No, that's the back from the hack.
No, the full style. Look it up after.
I don't remember
I'm sure
that.
you have it. Really? You know where you look like the Batwing, essentially?
This universe
But not like as in like the one that flies around. I mean like the actual gear set that kind of resembles a robot of Batman's.
Oh, the Dark Spectre batsuit.
I think that's it, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can buy it now from the marketplace if you want to.
Just too powerful. We can't beat him like this.
Those shadow demons aren't helping the situation.
So let's deal. Does the quad bomb work against the shadows? It's been a while, so I
They
kind of
do.
forget.
They do.
They do. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, let's pick up our friend.
You have no hope to match my strength. None.
Well, I don't think we're on track for the feat right now. That's okay.
That's alright. Not a
I
big
will have
deal.
to eat my words of what I said earlier. Just ignore what I said.
Thanks, you, Connor. I thought you had changed your name. I'm confused now.
Connor has 27,000 names. You need to know all of them by now.
Down again. Now's our chance. Attack him.
Oh, that was close.
You shouldn't try to solve your problem.
Ooh.
You okay?
Oh, I believe I am down.
I see that. Hey, got you. Bruno is asking if we're going to run COU.
If we have time, we will see. We will need proper roles if we're going to do that. And right now, we don't have a tank in this group, I don't think, and we don't have a healer. So
We don't have any. We have anything but proper roles.
yeah. At least with CC and the other anniversary raid, you don't have to have them all right. It helps, but my anti-monitor batsuit I am using the future Batman cowl, Dark Spectre hands, Burn Soul chest and boots, anti-monitor trousers and shoulders, Oracle belt and Batwoman cape.
And the
That's
next.
quite
And the next.
collection.
But 1 year, when your bones are dust, I will be the victor.
And
Oh,
my
I got
collection
the
of-
antimatter turret.
We have
Oh, the turret in? Oh, yeah, nice.
victory.
Hence the paradox.
Destroying you
Never got around to making a video about it. I should probably do that
There is
this
something
weekend.
more pressing.
I could show you off the SM one too if you want to do that.
What's more pressing than us?
It's the green version, essentially. 7 minutes and 21 seconds. This group's got some work to do. Good grief. But that's okay.
Yeah, the Resurgence Mega Capsule will take some space, sadly.
I was
The top-
running LPVE yesterday for about a few hours, and it didn't take too long before my inventory filled with Mega Resurgence capsules.
Carl Thomas says he has something for us, or for me, or for you. There's a bit of lag in the menu. There we go.
Maybe it's one of his 1,000 names that he has. How much is the Allen, or is it Allen? Yes, Allen family tree worth? It's worth a lot. It's a pretty penny. It's, it's the second or the third biggest one of that collection for the negative Speed Force. So
He gave me the Violet Lantern. Thank you very much, good sir.
oh yeah.
The Allen family tree is probably worth a lot. I think it's for the black flash mask. Did you say that already?
I believe it's actually for the negative Speed Force.
Is it? Okay.
All right, next raid. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
If you can, if you can afford to, I would purchase the negative Speed Force or even the black flash cowl from Booster Gold. Obviously, if it's not an option, you could try to get the collection. But at this point in time, the collection will be very rare and sadly very expensive because it is rare. The antimatter accessory is a good one.
Yes, it is. It's a very powerful turret. Actually, part of the meta right now when people are using
This Flux and
trinkets.
Speed Force
and
is
turrets.
crawling with Paradox demons.
It's
No
one of the
idea
common
what's
ones that
causing it.
people
We
relay
gotta keep an
onto.
eye out for Professor Zoom. I'll scout ahead.
Like the Bat Construct. That's a meta trinket right now. There are lots of different things that I'd love to educate you guys on when it comes to what do you do when you hit level 30 and stuff like that. So,
Okay,
and
Connor
that's
is saying
what I
the Thorn family tree is for the material, so it is for the black flash mask.
sounds good. I'm pretty sure of the one, but I guess I'm wrong.
And the mask is less expensive on Booster Gold than the material, so.
Right.
And our friend Prime Bar Allen gave me the Violet Lantern, so it's much appreciated.
Are you gonna use them in this content right now?
No, he gave me the box. But I'll use them. I guess I could use it now.
In a video, separate video. You can open it up in a separate video.
We'll do that.
Yeah. You're 333 CR. What? My good sir, I believe that's impossible.
Was it top CR? I thought it was 334.
331.
331? Okay.
That's what I am. I'll have to fix that.
Well, maybe it's Meps and he cheated his character. Who knows?
Hey! Hello, Meps. How's it going? Hey, we got a healer. Perfect. Thank you, Prime. I appreciate it. I think we had you heal last time for us. Oh, I hope we can get you in. The cutscene will push you in if you can't get in. Don't worry. You'll get in. It's like the second boss of COU. There's a cutscene that allows
Sadly, I see a lot of group who sort of try to skip the ads, and too often they do a piss poor job and they end up pulling all the ads instead of skipping them.
You're not erasing anybody. Meaning, the more of us it hits, the less it hurts.
out of the square, or out of the... I should have said that beforehand. The X's. X's on the ground are bad.
I was going to suggest to stand on the X, especially you, Nix.
You're crazy.
Just for you.
Well, I mean, you should stand on them before I do. Absolutely. That way we can all sit there and laugh periodically.
Oh. Well, do we have to stand all together in front of when he does his ray, or am I thinking of the wrong NPC?
Nope. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. That beam is it splits the dance.
Splits, okay.
So if we're all standing in the same spot, then we're good to go.
Oh, our friend went down.
Elite, having a hard time. So we're all standing here. We'll all split the damage. Oh, here comes the X's. We'll go to the X's. Wally tried to take them. He's like, you know what? I don't think I need to go out of the X's.
Wally
I
can
got
take him.
this."
Come on.
Wally. It's Wally West from the DCUO.
Poor Wally. They keep on ruining
Yes.
the poor guy.
They do. I mean, I just had a video come up today from one of my YouTubers that I watch, talking about how Wally West is a bad guy.
And it's the second time they've done that.
Second time they've done it. Yes, that's also right. One of those one-off stories where he kills a bunch of superheroes and villains. Paired off that.
I guess someone at DC doesn't like Wally very much. They raced him with the new 52, and then they brought him back only to have him kill everyone.
Just to have him kill everyone.
And I think they killed
true,
him
they
and
like
brought him back, and then now he killed everyone again. It's either they really don't know what to do with Wally, or they hate the character. It's Christian is asking if there's new codes. Not as far as I know.
Wally doesn't deserve all the crap he's getting. Absolutely. You know, Wally, technically, was before Barry Allen in that cartoon animated series. There was no Barry Allen in the Justice League animated.
Well, at the time, Wally was the Flash in the comics. So when they made the Justice League series, they went with Wally, I guess, to stay within the brand at the time. But then, at some point, they decided to bring back Barry Allen. And ironically enough, when they first started working in DC Universe Online, it's actually Wally who was the Flash in DCUO. And but the DC asked them to actually make it Barry instead, because they were bringing Barry back in. They didn't bring him back in Flash Rebirth. I forget. Final Crisis, I think they brought Barry back.
Yes. Final Crisis. There we
Which is why, strangely enough, the Flash in DCUO is a weird mishmash of Wally and Barry. 'Cause it
Yeah,
actually,
I mean, sorry, I was just reading up somebody's question that they had on their
that's right.
chat there. They were saying that, talking about Wally, do you think it would be cool if we had a new Flash DLC, adding more speedster characters for the game? And I'm 100% behind you on that, yes.
I think the next DLC will be Flashpoint. There seems to be indication about that. I should probably make a video about that, but basically I think the next DLC will be Flashpoint, so we'll probably have new speedster stuff for that DLC.
Which is funny, because, I mean, like, Zoom, possibly? Yeah? That'd be nice. Maybe go add just a break.
Hello, Nolo Vakuma.
Maybe we'll get Godspeed. That'd be interesting. I just hope they don't have the same mechanics, because, like, that's a problem that this game has right now when it comes to speedsters. They all attack the same.
Look, if the anti-monitor
I want to see
is
something
sending these things
interesting
after
from the
us,
bosses.
we need to take them on together.
Not just a
Take them
reskin.
on. You think you can
Preferably.
solve the anti-monitor's paradox? You?
Not me. Us.
Alright, I think we're ready to go.
That's the worst
Rock and
idea I've
roll.
ever heard.
Let's
I'm
get
in.
this going.
Not sure why I can't target him. There we go.
What do you guys think the elite would be for the Flashpoint? Make your guesses and I'll make mine.
Honestly, I have no idea.
We'll probably get something that's related to this. It was Flash, so I'm thinking probably boots, maybe? Maybe the OP will be the OP boots.
See if you can run as fast as, well, me.
Well, we already have the Flash boots, so I'm not sure what kind of boots they would give us.
I don't know.
We have a few Flash headpiece by now, so and we just got a headpiece anyway, so that probably wouldn't be it. Actually, no, it was a face piece we got.
Maybe it's an OP chest.
A Wally West headpiece could be nice.
Sure. Sure.
So that will get
Maybe-
my vote. A Wally West headpiece.
I will go with the Zoom, like from the TV show, Black Zoom.
Well, technically
I'm
the
gonna
Black
say-
Flash Cowl is already that.
If it's more detailed though, like an actual like they have like some aspects to it, but I mean like if he was like the Black Racer, whoa, that would be cool. That'd be
Well,
pretty cool.
you can make it a Black Racer if you use the Flash Cowl and the Avatar. What is it? The Angel? No. The Avatar Vengeance face piece. You can actually make a good version of the Black Racer, which ironically
Oh,
enough is one of the videos that I'm editing right now. So
Oh,
if all
really?
goes well tomorrow, or maybe Sunday, I should be able to put it up.
Well, hey, maybe there will be a more detailed version that they'll be able to create to be able to make something that a little more recent. Who knows? I don't know. I'm speculating here. Trying. Could be Batman's utility belt. We don't know.
Could be. Nope.
I mean, it would depend, right? Because Flashpoint, it involves so many characters. Like, there's so much for them to branch off of.
Well, a no-brainer would be. Oh, our friend, our healer went down. Can we get him?
Uh-oh. Can we get him? No, we cannot.
Oh,
Oh no. Barry, we'll avenge your death.
the paradox is close, but maybe not close enough. Let's use our supercharge.
I mean, maybe if it was like the Flashpoint Batman, if we've got like his...
The Flashpoint
don't
Batman
know.
would be a no-brainer.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's gotta be in there. Dual pistols. Easy to do. Doesn't have to be like the OP being a weapon, but I mean... He's gotta be there. He's gotta be there. And of course, the girl Joker. She's gotta be there.
Martha.
That was a good movie. I need to rewatch that movie, actually. No joke. highly invested. Highly suggest
So
you
your
guys
plan
go
is
for
to
that, by the way.
what? Take out
Oh, you're
every
kidding me! I got the
individual
feet. That's
paradox
embarrassing.
demon?
You guys didn't see
Well,
that.
it's working so far, Professor.
Let's go.
I have to see how you think
You can
this
tell I
will
don't go on this
actually
character
solve
too
the
often.
paradox. Lead the way,
I have literal
Flash.
league mates who are sending me gear, Avatar Bombardier gear, just so I could do, just so I can get my character level up. Don't be a hero, guys.
Well, for the Flashpoint Batman shoulders, the Huntress shoulders, the PvP Huntress shoulders, the Vengeance shoulders, they do a good job recreating our friend Flashpoint Batman.
Uh-oh, that's a very critical question there, sir.
Too
What
much
would you all
Aquaman?
do if DCUO ended forever and it never came back?
Well, it's only a matter of when. Someday,
True.
5 years, 10 years, 23 years, we don't know just yet. But eventually, DCUO will be gone. Obviously, there's some games like EverQuest that are still around today, so DCUO could still be around in 20 years. But oh, our friend is down.
Rather my thing?
Yeah. But eventually, sooner or later,
How do you get the Red Hood style?
there's a little robot vendor right next to the tech wing. If you go to the tech wing, whether in the Watchtower or in the Hall of Doom, if you go west of the tech wing, there are four little robots, if I recall correctly, who sell some gear, and one of them sell the Red Death set of gear. I forget which of the four, but just look on at the four vendors, and you'll find it easily enough. But you have to be combat rating. I would say, I forget, 180, 164, or something like that, to be able to even see the gear in the vendor.
I would have to do some research before I can give you a critical answer on that one. I'm not too sure.
Anyway, let's say you have to be at least combat rating 250 something to be able to even see the gear in the vendor. And it costs source marks, so once you have the source marks and once you have the combat rating for it, there's no reason why you cannot purchase the style. Yeah, where the shock jug style is, exactly. It's one of the robots over there. Oh yeah, 290 you should be okay. So just go see one of them robots, and if you have the source marks, you'll be fine.
Okay, everything's going good right now. This boss fight. Oh, there's an ad back there. That's why. I was wondering what was going on. Got a couple people who are trying to stop the statues. That's good. They know what they're doing. So yeah, if you want to stop those stone statues, just stand on their nodes or wherever they came from. An elite, all four of them are up, and they pertain to certain roles. There's a troll one. That means that nobody will be able to get power until that one is closed. So that's a fun mechanic. I like it actually. It's a fun addition. I like this raid in Elite. This raid was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, I live in America, in North America, and very, very north.
High on the north.
Like we have snow banks as big as mountains. Especially right now, we had a lot of snow in the past few days. And I know there was like a snow day in a lot of places in the past few days, but when we get snow here, it's usually a lot more than anywhere else. Other than Siberia, maybe.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
Oh, thanks to Sharon for sharing that.
If only I was an Xbox player. I have an Xbox, but not for this game.
You have an Xbox and you did not install DCUO on it? What kind of DCUO player are you, good sir?
I am just a PC player. I know, I'm so basic.
Now I'm very ashamed.
I know.
I'm glad you enjoyed the Valentine seasonal, Wazoos.
Yep. Lots of good items in there. And it's a fun event to do. The hero side has a little more of a challenge in the instance than the villains, but that's okay.
Not anymore. Mr. Freeze is much easier than he used to be to defeat.
Oh yeah, back in the day he was as worse. I know that people still struggle with it.
Because I played it a few times, and then I thought people would try to bring him in the stairs like they usually do. They did not even bother doing that. We just burned through the poor guy, and he went down quickly enough. Oh, we lost someone.
You'd be a better hero just staying home and doing nothing, but you're too stubborn to sit still.
You don't like it in Argentina? I don't live in the USA. I live north of the USA. Same with Nick's, actually.
Too stubborn to admit culpability.
Oh, you accidentally bought two? Oh, that's too bad. Gotta be careful with your purchases. I am missing my combos like crazy. That is the third boss. In Elite, actually one of the greatest things about this content is actually in Elite, you could pick what any renown that you want. You get a gear box and it gets you a renown box. You could take any renown, it's 600 renown from any DLC, or you can take 5 source marks.
For the battle.
So, in Elite, if you can beat it, it's amazing.
If.
Oh, it's not an if for me, maybe for you.
Well, I don't have a league to carry me like you do.
Oh, well, maybe you should get yourself into a league where you have one to not just carry you, but you could be the reason as to why you succeed.
Well, actually, that used to be the case. My first league I started was with a handful of friends. Basically, I had some friends who had... I think one of them had played on PC, and then they got a PS4, so we started playing on PS4. So we decided to form a league. There was maybe half a dozen of us, and actually it was doing it was pretty good. I was sometimes I was carrying the whole group because the healer didn't understand. I thought healing would be simple enough. I told one of the guys, be a healer, it'll be easy. You see the hit points go down, you heal. But turns out that he couldn't make the distinction between a group heal and a single heal and heal over time, and so he would heal, but he would cast their own heal. He couldn't understand that it was a heal for depending on the situation.
Okay, so this is one of those concepts where it's like, I'd like to try to make videos for you guys based upon the concept of what do you do when you hit level 30. I've mentioned this now a couple of times. And what I mean by that is just like understanding your character. Know what is the difference between a 4 and an 8-man shield or a heal, or you're tanking. What is a taunt? What's just a common pull? Like it's like, what artifact should I use? If you guys are interested for that kind of a video, like I would make like a giant series of videos for you guys based upon that. It's one of the things I've been wanting to talk to with Multi about this for a very long time now. But I'd have to get in, well, we'd have to discuss some things here and there. Anyways, I saw somebody had said, thoughts on which power to use for a Star Sapphire, mental or water? Multi, you tell me what you think it is, and I'll tell you the right answer.
Well, I used the mental. I actually have a male Star Sapphire on PC, and I'm using mental for that character because the pink power, the color kind of matches with the power. The only issue I have is that I would prefer to use a healer power because it makes more sense in my mind that Star Sapphire would be healer somehow. Although
So is that your answer?
almost the reason I went with mental was for the power of the color of the power, but also I couldn't help but think that basically Stars of Fire deal with the emotions. So I thought the mental powers kind of could help fade out, sort of. Uh, but for water, the good thing is that water would be able to create some construct to sort of mimic Star Sapphire powers. The only problem is the color palette of the power, which doesn't match with the power itself, with the Star
dark
Sapphire.
purple.
So
Yeah.
I would be tempted to stick with mental, but water would be a good option, I think.
So you're gonna say those two as possible answers?
Yes.
Both of them?
I'm sure
go
you're
for
going
it?
to say Celestial.
No,
Nope.
actually you're right. I believe you are genuinely right. I think both powers have their own rights to having a Star Sapphire based character. They both would. Yeah, the mental like ghosts, the apparitions that you create, I believe it's in your troll role only, or it's like a supercharge or something like that. It's been a while since I've dabbled in mental. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't match the color, and it doesn't suit what Star Sapphires are. Sapphires are healers, 100%. That's what they are. Is there really one that symbolizes them right now in the game? No, not really. So, if we could get that as a power down the road, that would be amazing. But for now, stick with water. If not, go mental. Both options.
In the long run, it would be nice if they added all the lantern powers, but the odds of that happening are very slim at this point.
Don't say that. They've said that they'll add in some more powers. I think Jackster said that.
Yeah, they're thinking about it or they're working on it.
Yeah.
But it's a far cry from actually doing it.
Huge. That's absolutely.
Oh no, I'm trapped.
Are you trapped with one of the tentacle
Evil
things?
tentacle. Cracks me up every time I see that.
I'd rather
Oh, wow, I just got a-
broken glass.
Oh, I got a nice collection. 2 collections. I'm feeling spoiled.
I got the damaged Scarab of the Reach. That goes for about like outside of this event, it's like 100 million. Inside, it's like 50. So that just made my day just instantly.
Let's give everyone a bow.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining.
What's been broken for months? I forgot. Oh, the lightning. It's been broken, I think, for a year at least. And at this point, I have no idea when they're going to fix it. My guess is it's only, sadly, it's only a visual thingy. So it's probably very low on their list of priority. They're probably trying to fix game stopping bugs first. If it's only a cosmetic thing like the lightning, it's probably sadly very low on their list of priorities. So I'm sure they will fix it. The only question is when.
Young Trip CEO asks, "Can I join the raids?" Unfortunately, we are coming to the end right now, but at the very beginning, we were asking for people to come on in. So if you just didn't see those messages because you weren't here at the start, we were leaving out community messages. Multi was saying we're going to go live at 5 if you guys want to join us for the raids. It's first come, first serve, honestly.
We go live on Friday at 5. So if you want to be part of the group, try to be here at 5. If you're lucky, you'll be in. If not, you can wait until next week. Sadly, there's only so many people we can take. Thank you, Dipper. Hello, DeAndre. We're doing good. If Star Sapphire would be healer, what would Hope be? I would say healer as well. When we first got the Red Lantern powers, for a while we thought that we were going to get the Blue Lantern powers, let's say for heroes, and the Red Lantern for evil villains. Turns out we were wrong. But that was the belief at the time. And at the time we would have needed a healer power. So Blue Lantern power as a healer would have made some sort of sense. But and like it could have been blue for heroes and violet for villains. And it still could be that. But who knows what we'll have in the future.
What else here we have? Oh, live. I love this. Live the content, Multi. Keep it up. I know what you meant, but I like saying it as hell. It was typed. Ha 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 ha.
Russ the Ruler, they said that they want to give us more powers. The thing is with powers, they have to make like a bunch of them. They cannot just say, okay, let's do one power and then we'll do another one. They have to pretty much make them in batch of 3. Otherwise, and even then, like the next power, let's say they release a tank power, already the troll people and the healer people will be, let's say, a bit unhappy about that. So they if they want to make sure that people aren't unhappy, they would probably have to release all 3 powers at once, which we know won't happen. But they pretty much have to work on power. When they work on powers, they pretty much have to do that in batches of 3. So they cannot just say, let's release one more power. They have to think also of the 2 other powers they'll release afterwards. But yeah, it would be nice. Personally, I would love if they would add Black Lantern powers or even Blue Lantern. The Blue Lantern powers is probably the one I've seen the most requested of all the powers. So hopefully at some point they give people what they're asking for. But
So that's what he says, but here's what people are really asking for, guys. The White and Black Lantern.
oh yeah,
That's what we want. Can you imagine in this game if there's a power where you could be the Black Lanterns? Oh my god.
and imagine if they could add a mechanic where one of the powers could be you raise your fallen comrades. If you have a comrade that falls in battle, you raise it as a
here
Black
we go.
Lantern.
Here we go.
Ah,
Yes,
that
here
was
we go.
that
Keep
was
going.
be
Keep going.
that was be more than good.
It's more than good. And it could work for White Lanterns too. It really honestly could. If somebody was to fall in battle, they could
Well,
get a White
you see,
Lantern ring.
For Black Lantern, I would see it like they raise the characters back as Black Lanterns. For the White Lanterns, I would see that they literally resurrect the character. So I'm not sure what the advantage of one could be over the other, but oh, a wheelchair is asking about my DPS loadout. Well, I could show it to you. It's not. I wouldn't really recommend it. It works well enough for me, but I'm not sure if it would work for everyone. I have the obligatory time bomb. Time bomb works well enough, but you have to use it against pretty much single enemies like bosses. If you use it against mobs, most of the time the mobs are dead long before the time bomb even expires. So you time bomb, but only for bosses. If not, for the rest of the time, it's distortion wave, oblivion. Although I don't like oblivion very much. I'm thinking of replacing it with something else. Normally is the supercharge generator, and also one of the good thing about the quantum is that even in DPS roles, the crowd control are pretty darn good. So anomaly and distortion wave, they still crowd control pretty well. Quantum tunneling is probably my favorite power of the whole bunch. And here I'm using heat vision. I've always enjoyed using heat vision, but for a long time I would only use it with my Superman character. And then when we got, I forget, is it game update 46 where they gave a boost to heat vision or... Anyway, at some point in one of the patches, the updates, they gave a boost to pretty much all the iconic powers, and Heat Vision was one of the really good powers that pretty much everyone was using at the time because they had made it that powerful. And then sadly, at some point, they nerfed it a bit, and we understood why afterwards. They nerfed Heat Vision a bit so that they could add, I forget the name of the artifact. They nerfed it so that they could add the solar amplifier, which would boost it again. So they nerfed it so that we would need an artifact to boost it. And so that's the main reason why I'm using it. But I love using Heat Vision somehow.
It's a powerful single target move. Most people, if you're doing single target damage, you are having to have the Heat Vision as your loadout. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Almost every single power loadout has it for single target. It used to be AoE. But they've recently taken that away because it's not how it was properly portrayed. But yeah, and it's fun. Who doesn't love doing heat vision? Come on now. Now Frostbeth, come on now. Nobody wants to do that. That's nonsense.
Yeah, it's tempting to use it on every characters because it is a pretty fun power to use. The only thing is you get stuck in the animation for a bit, so sometimes you have to jump cancel it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And obviously, if you have the solar amplifier, then it boosts it a little bit. Although I did not maximize the amplifier just yet, I'm still at rank 160. But if I reach
Ugh.
200 at some point, one day, many years from now, it will
Oh,
also have like
please.
a empower channeling, which is not really an issue.
It's nice in some instances, but not all the time. Someone had asked, and once again we'll compare and contrast on this. What is the fastest way to get my PvP level up? What do you think? PvP.
The fastest
What is
way.
the fastest way to do it? Fastest way.
It's been a while since I played PvP, so let me check the arena.
You're gonna find a specific map, aren't you?
Well, I used to, in my case, for a long time, I would play only as a controller, even in PvP. When I started playing DCUO, at some point, when I created my Magneto character, I was always playing as a controller. And way back when, as a controller, the Shadowland was a great map to have. Basically, I would use my crowd control, and at the time I was using mental powers, so I would use
Sure.
telekinesis and I forget the other one. Like I would put the character, the NPC, the enemies in a bubble, and then I would use telekinesis to basically get him out of the nodes, and I would use that to capture the node. So I was able to pretty much get him away from the node and then capture the node, and that was my favorite map. So I guess I would say it depends on which power you use. If you use some sort of crowd control, and if you have abilities that allow you to eject the character from the nodes, yes, a Shadowland would be a good option. It's pretty much almost a guaranteed win. The exception was at some point I had DC Universe Online. They pretty much hated me. They would have me face rage tank after rage tank after rage tank. So that was tough.
Did you guys notice on your screens when you're watching Multi right now that he never even touched the Legends tab?
Never.
Here's the right answer, guys.
Oh, the
How do you get your
legends.
PvP up fast? You queue up everything. Queue everything. It doesn't matter what it is. And if you're going to lose, you stay in the instance because you'll at least get some marks of valor. Marks of valor get you your gear pieces so that you can go up. So what is the answer to how do you get your PvP gear up fast? You queue up everything and anything that's PvP related. Who knows? You might get into an 8v8 somehow.
Uh, it's been a long time since I played one of those.
My league is trying to set those up every once in a while for PvP feats, and that's one of the things that we're trying to do. 8v8s. Not easy to do.
But sadly, at this point, I think they pretty much gave up on PvP. Um, Earlier, I was playing with one of my character on PC, and I'd almost forgotten. There was a point in time when all my characters were in the PvP open world. That's the only place where I would play. And so when I played with my character, I realized, oh yeah, I'm in the PvP open world, and there was almost no one on the freaking world. And then I went to the Legion map, and strangely enough, at some point there was two villains, so we were able to fight a bit on that map. But holy crap, they really killed PvP, and also seeing the way they make
Yeah.
the maps now, like the way they made the Legion maps. There's no like there used to be an area for the villains, an area for the heroes, and so that you could at least be separated a bit before going into the map and fighting each other. But in that case, everyone spawned at the same place, so there's no way to, let's say, hide from the opposite faction. So you can tell, and you could tell that also from Wonderverse or even some the maps that previously, like there's no longer an area for heroes or villains. It's the same area for everyone, and I think they pretty much took for granted that there won't be any more PvP. But I might be misreading that. What do you think, Mr. Nix? Oh,
No,
knows.
yeah. I 100% agree with you.
Another example also is Legends. Like we know they have a Ground Legend character. They showed it at SOE Live in
Yes.
2013. I forget, like years and years and
Those are
years ago.
those are so good characters too. I'm so disappointed they never acted on those. I'm so disappointed.
So we know that they gave up on Legends so much that they already had a character that were either working on and that was ready to go. I'm not sure if it was ready to go, but they had characters that they were working on that they threw away because they decided that it wasn't worth it. And I often see people who are surprised by that or disappointed. But if the thing is, if they even if they have Legends PvE or just Legends, if no one plays it, it's not worth creating more content for that. And when I mean no one, I mean not a lot of people. Obviously, there are some people that do play it, but it's such a. I remember way back when Spittle had told us that at the height of PvP, when a lot of people were playing PvP, there was roughly 20% of the player base that ever played PvP. So you had, even way back when PvP was at its peak, you had still 80% of the player base that had no interest in PvP. So people are often surprised why DCO gave up on PvP. It's because the lion's share of the player base doesn't seem to care about that, and they haven't fixed the PvP. They haven't added or fixed any to PvP in a long time, and the game is thriving. So obviously the player base doesn't seem to care very much about PvP. Obviously, if you're a big PvP player and if you love playing PvP, it must be disappointing. But for what I would say the majority of the player base, PvP doesn't really matter, sadly.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
sad.
true.
Which is sad because
It is.
DCO is the first game where I really played PvP. I'd tried a bit before Call of Duty or some such games,
Sure.
and I,
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't I didn't I didn't get into it very much. But it's only when I played DCO that I really started, let's say, enjoying PvP. So much so that at some point I took all my characters, I switched them to the PvP open world, to the PvP server, and even in the open world, I would play 100% of the time in PvP. And I remember at the time, I was saying that when you played on the PvP open world, you had to grow eyes in the back of your head because you never knew who was going to try to jump you while you were playing your missions. And it was
Sure.
especially true when you were before you were able to get your supersonic movement mode. Because when you cannot fly away, then you're stuck. If someone tries to jump you, you can't run away.
It's
But
true. When I
although
first started into this game, I had my tags on the whole time. I had my
although
tags on the whole time because it was so much fun to do.
oh yeah, although there was one time where some guy tried to jump me, and my character did not have a supersonic movement mode just yet. So what I had to do is that I had to zigzag through buildings so that he could not target me. And I did that for it took me like 20 minutes to finally manage to lose him. But I had to zigzag and zigzag and zigzag through buildings and,
Sure.
and get behind
Sure.
obstacles, and so
Sure.
and it was a great tool also to basically learn to get to grow eyes in the back of your head because people were trying to jump you, but also learn how to evade enemies. So and then when you learn to do that against actual players, it raised your gameplay so that when you played against NPC, it was a bit easier after a while. So it really sharpened your reflexes and your gameplay in a way that just playing PvE doesn't quite do. So
Right.
it was really fun. And often people will ask me like because when I say that sadly PvP, not enough people are interested in PvP, they think that I'm
Hmm.
not interested in PvP. And they tell me like, don't you like playing PvP? And I say, yeah, I liked it fine. But obviously the majority of the player base don't care about PvP. So obviously, if people do not support that's the one thing is that when people want something, you have to support it. If you want I see a lot of complaints about the time capsule, but a lot of people seems to support time capsule because they're still doing it. If people weren't buying it, I guarantee you that they would not be making more time capsule. But it's seeing how they keep on adding new time capsule is because obviously people are supporting it. And the same is true with PvP. If people were supporting PvP, odds are we would still have PvP content. But obviously people were not supporting it. Mr. Nix, I think you were going to say something.
Oh, I was just going to comment on somebody who had said, Young Trip CEO had said, what are your thoughts on leagues having requirements for leagues to join, like skill points requirements? And I think when it comes down to it, every league is allowed to have their own stipulations as to what a league requires. So just giving you off my league in on the villain side requires people who have 500 plus skill points. They are max in their CRs, and their artifacts have to be around, I think it's around 160 is our requirement for every solitary role of what they do. So we are strict. We're of the high branch. When it comes to some of the top leagues that are out there, a lot of people would see my main league, the Omnipotence, and they would say, "Oh, that's one of the top leagues in the game." Well, with that, you have to have the high requirements. Most leagues, though, they don't have many requirements.
I was going to say.
They just need the basic concepts of just be an active player, be good to the community, don't trash talk, etc. Like be respectful, represent your league, and do what you have to do.
And then there's the best of best of best of leagues that have no requirements, which is my league. I have no requirement. If you need a league, come in. I'll get you in. But sadly, I'm not. We're not organized. Okay, if you want to join the league, I'm very happy to invite you. But sadly, I don't really have the time to manage a league. It's sad. And when I created the league, it was with some of my friends. Basically, I had a bunch of friends who decided to give DCUO a try. So at the time, I created my Magneto character. I created a new character so that we could all be on the same level, and we created a league hall. And we created a league, and then we got our league hall. And it's strange how it made the game a lot easier. I remember at the time I thought that the player base is getting better, or the game is getting easier or something. And the reason why it was easier is that because we were a group that knew each other. It makes the game so much easier when with your people that you, even in PvP, like the guys were not good PvP players. Like the healer guy who did not tell the difference between group heal or heal over time, or basically I had to tell him do a small heal, do a big heal. Like I was sort of playing the healer in a roundabout ways, where I would tell him which heal to cast when, and then he would do so.
Right.
So
it's that concept of you're having fun with those people. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
When I first got into the game, I had met some people. They were in Hive. That was my old first league on the villain side. And I still play with some of those guys still to this day. And I made my character 6 years ago. So, I mean, you don't lose those friendships. And you do instances together. You work together. You level up your characters together. You work on your skill points together. You are a team. It's one of the best ways of how you... So here goes back to that question. How do you level up fast in PvP? Or maybe even in PvE? Find some friends to work with. Find a league or some friends on LFG or whatever through your play style and work with them, and that's honestly the best answer right there.
And even though they weren't the best players, the fact that we were a group made it so much. Because when PvP when we would queue for PvP, the game would match us with probably groups of random people. So the fact that we were a group that could communicate with each other versus people who were basically strangers stuck in the same group, gave us a huge advantage. Even if my friends were not great players, we still managed to win quite a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Because we could communicate and
So
or coordinate
huge.
with each other. So, and I remember when the group, and at the time I remember thinking, oh, the game is getting easier, or the player base is getting better, or something like that. And I didn't realize that it's because I was most of the time I was playing with my friends, or sometimes most of the group would be my friends, and we would have maybe one other guy that was from someone we didn't know. So, but then when my league fell apart, sadly, which happens sometimes, then I went back to playing with random people, and holy crap, it was it was hard. It was a struggle for a bit.
I would request, if you're going to go from one league to the next, is start having some experience with that new league of individuals. Start working with them and being able to do things to the same style of what you were doing beforehand. But no, as you were saying there, like you were saying in a PvP group, that would be all in the same chat, being able to communicate. Just to state one random example in a PvP instance, the safe house instances, where you need to find the robot guys and you need to turn like 5 cogs to win the game. If you can communicate in that group, you can't lose. It's quite simple. You just can't lose, because you have so much more of an advantage over other individuals because you're all on the same page. But anyways, I think we've been chatting along here pretty long. I think we've answered a lot of your guys' questions. About ready to wrap up, would you say, sir?
Yeah, I think we're done for today. Next week we'll probably try to do something similar, but we could alternate. I'm thinking maybe we could try to do. I would like to alternate between heroes and villains. Sadly, obviously, there's a lot less villains than heroes. So I'm wondering if we do it with villains, if we may not have enough people to form a group. What do you think, Mr. Nix?
I mean, worst case scenario, I could fill it with my own league mates, but I mean, I'd like to get you guys though, honestly. So if you don't have villain characters, yes, we can keep going off of hero. I don't mind. I am trying to actually work on getting my hero CR up, so hopefully the next time you guys see me, I'll be a little bit higher than 310.
I'll tell you what. I'll try to put. I think we can do polls on YouTube and I'll try to make maybe a poll and see how many of you guys are willing to play on the hero side, how many of you guys are willing to play on the villain side, to gauge to be able to get an idea of how many villain players we can actually get. And during the week, I'll send probably a message saying whether we'll play with heroes or villains next week.
Yep, that sounds good. That sounds like a plan.
To answer Connor, the time capsules are already opened. I even made the video about it. I just sadly it will require a lot of editing in order to be able to do that. Right now I have a couple of videos that I have to edit. Basically this week I was planning to make a Black Flash video, and then we got a whole bunch of new stuff on Thursday, so it threw my plans out the window. So I ended up doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So, but right now I'm halfway mixing, editing my Black Flash video, and also I have to edit the video where I open all the time capsule. So hopefully, if all goes well, to maybe tomorrow, if not Sunday, I should have those videos up. Because sadly they'll require a lot of editing uh, uh, and also sometimes there are things that will sidetrack me. Like Thursday, we had a lot of new content, so that required my attention. And there's still a few things that I may have to make videos about. So and also sometimes like I have a few videos, like the videos that I'm editing right now, sadly will require a long time to edit, as opposed to like someone gave me the violet the box for the violet lanterns. That video will take me maybe 15-20 minutes to do, so I might do that before I do the I finish editing the other videos. But even if it's a quick video, it will still push back the other ones. So technically the video where I open all the time capsule, I shot all my footage. I just have to edit it, and depending on how I manage to do that, if all goes well, I should be able to release that on Sunday.
Sounds like there's some great content coming, guys.
Oh yeah.
And again, so as I had mentioned earlier, there is one of those concepts of I'd like to try to make some videos featuring off what do you do when you hit level 30, and what are your options as to what you can do to benefit your character or to benefit your league or whatever it may be. And I would be going over various concepts like artifacts, DLC information. It can be in feats within that particular DLC. If that kind of thing interests you, let me know, or let us know in the comments, or just periodically. I'm going to mention this probably quite a few times, just because, I mean, we're talking to 49 people plus whoever else watches this video. Just want to get your guys' opinions on that, because that might be something that we can plan. We'll see. But as Multiverse has a lot of videos there in front of him, so we'll see how this goes.
Also,
But,
there's quite a
thanks for
few
coming,
that I
guys.
could. There's quite a few I could make on the test server. I didn't get around to like the artifacts. I've been meaning to make videos about the artifacts, and the easiest way would be to do it on the test server. But sadly, whenever I decide to sit down and okay, today I'm making an artifact video. Oopsie, the test server is gone and we don't have access to it anymore. Heck, just the test server itself. I should probably make a video about the test server so that you guys know about it, because I came to realize that some of you guys don't seem to know that there is a test server. Like there's this guy who thought that when Nix and I made the video about the Valentine-based items, someone thought
right.
that we had been given those items by DCUO and
We're devs.
we were getting some sort of favors or something like that, which is just, no, we were on the test server, and that's where we made the video. And on the test server, you have access to all that stuff. So
What are you talking about? Developer Multiverse? What are you talking about? Come on now.
nah. Well,
It's a secret.
Oh yeah, shh, don't tell. Well, we shouldn't even make jokes about that, because there's already people who think that we're devs or something
Too
like
true.
that.
Too true.
So,
Too true.
but anyways, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. People can think what they want to think. All we can do is tell them we're not devs. We're just two guys who love DCUOs a lot. Like I made over 2,000. I think I have 2,364 videos by now. So if that doesn't show
That's
that
it?
I love this game, nothing ever will. And our friend Frost Nix, you saw the pain that Nix goes through to get all the base items so that we could have all the base items for the summer seasonal, for the Halloween seasonal, for the Christmas seasonal. So if that doesn't show people that we're just two guys who love playing DCUO, nothing ever will. But like stuff like the test server, I should probably make a video explaining to people what the test server is, because also maybe some of you guys would like to go and test out some stuff on the test server, and you just don't know that the test server exists. So there's no shortage of videos that could be made. The only thing is to take the time to sit down and make the videos. And even like yesterday I made 2 or 3 videos, but also when I make the videos, I cannot play the game. Like I wanted to be able to play the anniversary event and the Valentine seasonal and the like. I played the Legion DLC today, and it had been like at least a week since I had last played it. So trying to balance between making videos and playing the game is a bit challenging sometimes. And so there's no shortage of videos we could make. The only question is finding the time to make those videos, and
Exactly.
hopefully having videos that you guys are also interested of watching.
Absolutely. All right. I think we should wrap it up here. We've been going
Yes.
for a while now. Very much
So
appreciate you guys watching.
thank you for you guys for first. Thank you to the guys who joined the group. That was fun. Thank you to everyone who watched the video. That's always appreciated. The video also will be like even if often guys you will tell me that they missed on the live stream. The live stream will be you'll be able to watch it anytime you want afterwards. The live stream will remain on YouTube. So if you miss out on the live stream, it's sad, but you can still watch the live stream. They remain on YouTube forever, or at least until YouTube goes down, I guess.
Right. Something like that. We'll see.
So any last words, Mr. Nix?
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like everybody should know by now. So I feel like you should all be saying it after me. I'll give a countdown.
No, I'll
3,
never
2,
say it.
1. Don't be a hero.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.